Hello, thank you for joining us today. We are doing your daily reading message. Now, I have felt a very strong sense of urgency. Ever since I woke up this morning, which was maybe 3 hours ago at this point. As soon as I woke up this morning, I have just been so strongly. We're going to put those down and keep them out. We've got the Two of Swords and the Emperor that popped out. If you're following from the beginning, yesterday we started with the Emperor as well. I actually listened to some YouTube readings of my own this morning and had double Emperor pop out. So really some interesting energy. And then we obviously have our Two of Swords, the blindfolded woman with the swords crossing, standing outside of the ocean. So as we continue here, I feel like there was a sense of urgency. And, I realized that I actually was just looking at my table here. I guess I could show you this, but as I'm going here, see if any of these cards flashing. We got the Tower that stopped here. Like I might need to just readjust that just a little bit. Actually, this morning, a jar of vinegar dressing fell out of my fridge, and I've got a pretty good bruise on the joint of my left pointer finger here, so that's kind of hurting a little bit, so just being a little more conservative. But I realized that I actually left the energy open from yesterday, or it carried over. Not sure what the synchronicity is there, but I think this is going to be our Deceit card. Is that what that is from yesterday? Oh no, it was the Two to counteract at the end, our kind of final. So yesterday here we had the Thinking Woman and the Temple Path. So wondering if maybe that's a continued message, or if maybe that's a sign that if you didn't watch yesterday's video, that would be a good one for you to go and watch. Yesterday's video would have been May 4th, 2024, but these are timeless readings. Obviously there are different dates and numbers that have different synchronicities and meanings to all of us in our path and where we're at. And so anyways, a little long-winded there, but this morning definitely felt a really strong pull to come and get this reading, get into the office, do this reading, and really see what's going on here and get this video uploaded. And so just kind of as this is floating through, looks like we've got some victory going, some triumph from victory here. We've got our Six of Staves. Six of Staves. So make this a little more. Yeah, look at that. That's a pretty card. I'm going to put that up here, actually. That feels like the grounding reading for today. That's the first card that came out after just clearing that Oracle deck. So really liking that. All right. I'm going to go ahead and ask. We've got a counter here. I'm going to put this on top of our mermaid deck. Just feels kind of right. Obviously, I'm also working with some limited space here on this specific setup, but we got the Eight of Cups here. Oh, look, there's Clover saying hello. Got a Eight of Cups here. So really that turning away from abundance. Really interesting. We've got the Moon, we've got the Sun. I wonder if I can get just a little bit more. We've got the Moon, we've got the Sun. Obviously, you've got the dark mountains, but they have this bright green, this algae growing on them, right? So even as he's walking away, he's in a fertile land. I really see the lime green is the same as on his pants. So, when we think about our root chakra, when we think about our legs, we think about our grounding, he's really matching with the scenery here. And the only thing outside of his actual staff and clothes, the only thing here that's artificial, that's human made, are those cups, right? This is just a pure scene. We're really seeing also some of that eclipse energy, right? I think that's coming through a little bit. It's obviously the moon with a little bit of an exaggeration of a moon. We've got a little bit of a interesting portrayal on this version here, where we've got the crescent moon as well as the full moon, and that crescent moon is holding the full moon. And when we think about letting things go to the moon, when we think about grandmother moon guiding us, and kind of that night energy, that energy of being out in the dark and really trying to figure out where we're going and feeling lost and not being able to see our way. think too, like on this one, he's right at the edge there. You see, hey, 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 buddy, hey, hey, sorry, hey, 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 knock it off, buddy. We're doing a reading here. You want to come say hi? You want to come say hi? Hi. Hey, what is it? What's going on there? We gotta be quiet. You're disrupting things. Come here. Come on. Yeah. What's outside? There's gotta be, I think there's probably somebody with a dog outside. Let me go close that window just in case. See what's happening here. Hey, you gotta stay quiet, buddy. You need to stay quiet. What are you trying to say? What are you trying to talk about here, huh? All right, so still working through some of those kinks, but as I said in my video yesterday, I do tend to think that those things can be confirmation. Right now, I definitely don't have the video editing skills to be able to edit that out, but that's hopefully where we're gonna get in the long term. So in the meantime, man, this has been a long shuffle. So I'm just really looking here for for the collective group that's going to be finding this timeless meeting at whatever time and space that they find this reading. What messages will be edifying for their heart, their mind, their soul? For this general collective, for those who this video finds and who find this video at whatever date or time that they have this, what is the general messages that are needed? What are those general messages needed in order to hear what they need to move forward with their day in a positive, strong manner? All right, so I'm hearing that I need to clear these cards. We had some old energy here. Then I'm gonna go ahead, we're gonna flip 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna put one on top. We got the sun over here. And then this is our future energy. Look at that. We got the moon again. Moon again. We've got that sun and the moon, that marriage together again. Maybe some eclipse energy. Oh, we got the dogs howling at the moon like Clover was just doing. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? Also on that moon card, we've got towers in the distance, 2 towers looking like a gateway, a portal into the mountain land from the grassland. So there's definitely a pathway in between. There's a threshold there. You can see the yellow in this card coming down in between those 2 towers. We've got a threshold. So there's a threshold here. We also have, of course, that, what is that? That lobster. Love the lobster energy of finding that partner energy. I'm just going to keep shuffling, but I'm not sure if the cards are done, but I'm going to kind of do this off camera here at this point. But really this moon card, especially that howling at that sun and the moon, there was nothing for Clover to be howling at. I took a look and I think he was howling at the card. There's a threshold to be reviewed or maybe concealed. You know, I went ahead and I closed our screen door there. Kind of that threshold management, which is what those yellow kind of parcels in the air are here. And so we got howling, we've got a threshold. And so really looking here to say, what messages does the general collective need here? What are our collective messages? So kind of wanting to look at our past energy here. So we have the sun, obviously the sun and the moon married together, right? Those are our cards, the same of one coin. So kind of interesting. We've got threshold crossing and we've got that moon energy, and then we have the sun in the past. So maybe today there was some really good energy that you had yesterday. Maybe there were some positive things that happened yesterday, and you know that really made you feel good and free. Maybe you had, even if it was only for a moment or two, you had that free moment. Look at this. We got to spread out that naked spread out joy, right? That pure joy, and holding that big red banner. All right, so our staves came back in. Oh, old energy. I completely forgotten. That's funny. So our cards yesterday, right? These are our yesterday cards, our old cards. So really here, I think if there was some strife, there was some struggle, there was maybe some grounding into who you're meant to be, that Emperor energy coming into your whole. Ultimately, there was a victory. We ended yesterday with the sun, and then we transitioned today into that moon, that threshold. Really pretty story there, like that. Hopefully that resonates with you as you're joining us here today, whatever day today is for you. So what is today's energy in that crosshold, in that threshold, in that moon energy between those two towers where the sun and the moon are? And as we have the dogs howling, and maybe those dogs, maybe dogs are a helping animal for you, maybe they're a spirit animal, maybe they have some significance for you. Dogs generally represent loyalty, human bond, companionship, and protection. So definitely some strong sword energy coming through today. Swords, cups, swords, cups, swords, cups. Those seem to be the resounding theme. So we got here our Six of Swords, and then we have our Page of Swords. So I'm going to go ahead and just stack these for visuals on the cards, not really meaning to change the energy of the decks there. That's not for now, but really just kind of needing that space again with this current setup. So what is that energy for today? What are the messages that our listeners today may need to hear and may need to know about in order to have a positive day, make some positive momentum in whatever their journey is and wherever they're getting brought to, whatever they need to hear? I'm really hoping to get some good messages here, really looking to have some thoughts and some insight and some wisdom that resonates with the heart, mind, soul, so that our listeners here today can get the messages that they need to hear for confirmation. So as we look at our Six of Swords, we have a man. He's on a ferry, right? He's carrying these passengers to get to the further shore, okay? So really there's a journey by water going on here. It's a route. It's a way of envoy. There's really some publicity in this, right? It's very open. They're very exposed up in the water, but you can see that, you know, she's wearing her hood, her head is down. So, you know, there may be some people that you're carrying right now, maybe some people in your life or personal work, business, who have some sadness, who are a little wounded, who are going through healing, maybe some dark nights of the soul. And looks like obviously we've got a child here too. Now that doesn't necessarily have to mean that it is a child, but it can be that kind of childlike energy. Maybe just not having the resources, right, to be able to take care of that. So I'm going to go ahead and just let you look into this a little bit about what it means to be willing to go across water, what it means to be willing to take a journey. We make the assumption that this man is not a relative of those two. He could be, but we kind of make the assumption, at least here, I'm feeling like it's not. Maybe some level of care, knowing of that person, like I said, more of like a work or family relationship versus that, you know, they paid, or that this is some act of service, you know, being done in a nonprofit type of way. I really feel like there's some sort of knowing. So I think that this is really looking to tell us here that, you know, there's somebody in your, somebody or somebody's in your realm right now of energy, in your aura, in your realm of responsibility that, you know, maybe on a little bit under that 50% mark, right? They may be having some strife or some struggles or some challenges, or, you know, maybe some depression, and, you know, you're trying, you're doing what you can to get them somewhere new, And so really just looking to understand what that means as it pertains to you. And I think what that means here, you know, we've got the Page of Swords. So our Page of Swords is really active, holding the sword upright in both hands, and he's in movement, right? He's in movement. He's walking. There's authority here. There's overseeing. There's a secret service. There's some examination, spying, you know, there's a feeling of belonging that we get from this. So kind of interesting. I think that this Page of Swords energy here in this regards is kind of tied into what our ferryman is here. You know, he's obviously in our Six of Swords, he's not actually holding a sword, but he's holding a sword here, and he's holding, you know, sometimes we things aren't always as they appear. aren't always as they appear. So he may be holding an actual stick here, but he's using a different world object in order to do what this Page of Swords is doing. And so obviously, you know, I think that there's some strong connection here in terms of how and what the swords are meaning for you today. I think it's important to take a step back. Think about, what does sword energy mean for you? What could that mean for you? What is that strength? What is that movement, that fast-paced energy? You're looking to try to cut through things, but you're helping those around you, but you are maintaining your sense of identity. Maintaining that sense of identity. And so I think that the message here today is that if you are not feeling like you have that sense of identity, or you feel like that sense of identity is being lost, the cards are definitely saying here, hey, like that, no, go back, get that sense of identity. Go get that wind to blow in your hair, go hear the birds, go listen to the ocean, whatever that means for you. You know, that may mean turning on your Nintendo or Xbox or PlayStation or gaming activity. That may be meditation, that may be cooking, that may be singing. It could be any activity, but what do you need to do to go get that? And so really just felt strongly that we needed an oracle message here. Really looking to understand from the oracle a message here that pertains to what we're trying to understand. So we've got Healer of the Ages, number 51, 51, 5, 1, 6. Any of those numbers may have a resignation with you. You could also go ahead, Google any of those numbers if you feel like you need a few messages from the numbers from the divine on that. Healer of the Ages energy. So I think this is really just a reminder that you're being blessed, you're being covered, you have angels watching over you. There's bigger energy protecting you. There's bigger source, whatever it is that resonates with you, however that resonates with you, but be confident in that. Be confident in that. So I had picked some future cards as well. I had a bit of a spread here. And so before I go ahead and do that, I just feel compelled to look at our mermaid card here. We've got Tranquility at the top of our deck. Take time to relax, be still, enjoy solitude, indulging in much needed self-care. It's kind of what I said about our Page of Swords. That's a nice confirmation, right? Have to make sure whatever it is that you do to you that makes you stay at your best, that makes you stay in this strong Page of Swords energy. That's really your message here today. Now you can go through the motions of self-care, you can do the activities, but if you're not truly doing it in a way that actually is healing you, it's just different, right? So whatever it truly means, don't just go through the motions, don't just go, if you spend your money on a massage or buy yourself something, don't do it if it's not actually bringing you the healing that you feel like you need and actually getting you to tranquility. If you truly feel peace about it, then that is your self-care. That is your self-care. We've got Waves of Prosperity, another card that came out in yesterday's reading. So obviously there's some ties here. We've got Break Free, that also came out yesterday. Consultant Expert as well. Self-employment. Rest. I think we're on a spree here. Accept Heaven's Help. Soulmate relationship. Have faith. Pay attention. I'm gonna go ahead and do one more. Positive energy, just kidding, two more. We got Alchemy and Music for Manifesting. So I think I mentioned singing earlier when I talked about the Page of Swords. We obviously saw Clover over there howling. Maybe not exactly music, but to him it may have been. And then we've got the moon with those two dogs. So that was a lot of kind of rapid fire. I feel like that was actually some clearing of the deck that needed to happen more so than specifically messages for today. But with that music for manifesting brought it back into the present, and really want to just pick one card here before we go into the future. What's the grounding energy that our group here really needs to hear before we go into the future? We're going to have a quick future reading. It's going to be a quick move here. Because it just seems like we're getting a little long-winded. Today has had a little bit of length to it, a little bit of storytelling. hopefully through that storytelling, through that kind of winding, you found some peace and you found some resolve, or you found some grounding, or you've come up with some ideas, or there's maybe been a moment where something has clicked and you've settled in your soul. Divine magic. All right. So going into our future energy, I'm just going to put all of these upright. So we have finally moved into our pentacles. We have our 3 of Pentacles energy for tomorrow. We have our 6 of Pentacles energy for tomorrow. We have our King of Pentacles energy for tomorrow. Our 2 of Cups and our 3 of Cups. Just thinking through what the detailed message is here. I feel like really the hard work. So I think our message here for why today and what tomorrow. So our King of Pentacles, I feel like, was a good transition back into the Cups energy. So just as kind of a reminder here, our old energy that we cleared earlier this morning, really the standout card that we had was our Wands. That was the only Wands that we saw today. Then we moved into Sword energy for today. We had some Cup energy from yesterday, and then we have our Cup energy coming in tomorrow. We have some positive energy coming in for tomorrow. And we really have that focus on money, focus on grounding of what gives you money, what makes you money, how you have to work for that money, time, space, different types of interactions, different types of business. I think there's just kind of a general message here of some hard work, some focus, some grind energy. But ultimately, it's very peaceful. I'm really feeling a peacefulness in that hard work versus a difficulty. And then ultimately a confidence. I'm feeling confidence coming through. So whatever it is that you focus on today, maybe that awareness that today you're just, maybe you're a little more focused on other people energy. Maybe you're helping other people more. You're coming back into who you are. And then tomorrow it's going to set you up to do some of that work in whatever way that your work gets done, bringing you to that focus and that confidence in yourself. And then we've got some jubilation, and we've got some celebration in our Cup energy. Just want to see if there's anything additional that I want to mention here. I mean, to me, they kind of blend together. Ultimately, just that merriment is really what I want to share here today. So I think I just, to close out today's reading, first off, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take all of this. I'm going to put all of these back in because I feel like we need some closure energy for today, actually. Some good closure energy. So ask that we close out this reading, close out this deck, close out the messages for today. That is too funny. Healer of the ages. There's a message there for somebody who needs to hear it, somebody who maybe missed it the first time, or you needed confirmation that what you heard inside your soul, inside your heart, inside your head, when that came through the first time, that was real, and that's what you really need to hear. All right, gonna cut the mermaids. Time to move on. Feels like a future message. We can only help those who are under our care for so long if we're not helping ourselves. And definitely see some of that energy that we're moving into. Tomorrow is going to be a stronger focus on yourself. Really closing today's message. Want to thank all of you for watching. Whenever this has made it to you, hopefully there's been resonance, hopefully there's been movement, hopefully there's been something that's helped you with your day-to-day. And ultimately want to end with the Hermit. Doing what you need to do, taking care of yourself, going into your own way. Earlier, as I mentioned, with the Page of Swords, meditation, song, whatever that is. Taking care of yourself, going inwards. Always an important message. We want you to have your abundance. Go get that. Go fill that. Have the right level energy and enjoy the rest of your day.